हात उठाउँछन् सबैले के भन्दछन् लक्ष्मीनारायण बन्नु छ
बाप दादाको खुसी होती
बाप
है
दादालाई खुसी हुन्छ
वायदा बहुत अच्छे अच्छे करते हैं
ओके वायदा धेरै राम्रो राम्रो गर्दछन् तर त्यो वायदा अर्थात् त्यो बाछाको फाइदा लिन उठ्न सक्दैनन् बच्चाहरूले फाइदा
फायदा का बैलेंस नहीं जानते वायदों का फाइल
वाइदोंका अथवा बाचाका फाइल बाबाको पास धेरै धेरै छन्
सभी का फाइल है
सबैको फाइल मसँग छ भन्ने बाबा
फायदे का भी फाइल हो बैलेंस हो कितना अच्छा लगेगा
कति राम्रो लाग्छ होला त बाप दादाले त सबै बच्चाहरूलाई सबै बच्चाहरूको सारा दिनको हालचाल
दोनों देखते रहते हैं आपकी दादी भी वतन में थी ना
गीता दिदी पनि वतनमा हुनुहुन्थ्यो दादीले पनि देख्नुहुन्थ्यो त के भन्नुहुन्छ दादीले थाहा छ उहाँले भन्नुहुन्थ्यो कि बाबा यस्तो पनि हुन्छ है क्या भनेर सोध्नु भएको थियो यस्तो हुन्छ र यस्तो गर्दछन्
सुना आपकी दादी क्या देखा अभी बाप दादा यही देखने चाहते हैं
अब बाप दादाले यही हेर्न चाहनुहुन्छ कि हरेक बच्चाहरूमा
बच्चा मुक्ति जीवन मुक्ति के वर्षे के क्योंकि वर्षा अभी मिलता है
तिमीले वर्षा अहिलेसम्ममा नै प्राप्त हुन्छ भविष्यमा होइन सत्ययुगमा त स्वत रूपमा सामान्य जिन्दगी हुन्छ नै
अभ्यास की नेचुरल लाइफ लेकिन वर्षे का
तर
अधिकार
वर्षाको अधिकार
अभी संगम पर
अहिले सङ्गममा
इसलिए बाप दादा यही चाहते
त्यसकारण बाप दादाले यही चाहनुहुन्छ कि
स्वयं चेक करे
हरेकले स्वयंलाई चेक गर्नु
कोई भी बंधन खींचता है तो कारण
खिच्छ बन्धनले खिच्छ त त्यसकारण कारणलाई सोच्ने बच्चाहरू म तिम्रो सधैँ सँग हुन्छु
Shanti,
Om
awake
Santi,
soul,
Abhyakt Signal,
merciful and bestower, always remain
Merciful
full and overflowing. Whether someone asks for
रहमदिल
something
दातापन
or
सदा सम्पन्न
the
तथा
bestower
भरपूर रहँ
never waits for
कसैले मागोस्
someone
या
to ask for
नमागोस्
something.
दाताले कहिले पनि यो देख्दैन कि कसैले
And
मागेर दिउँ
unending great donor and
अखुट
bestower
महादानी
always
महादाता
daily gives.
स्वयं दिँदछ
So, according to the time,
त्यसकारण समय
let's
अनुसार
raise the awareness of being a bestower
स्मृतिको
at
स्मृतिलाई
every
बढाउनु छ
moment.
कि
Focus
वरदान
on being
वरदाता
a
हुँ भनेर
bestower
भने
and
आफूलाई
offering love,
मस्टोबर आफूलाई विष्टोबर
simplicity,
सम्झेर
in
गर्नु
an immersed form for your own self progress
र आफ्नो
and
स्वोन्नतिको लागि
also
या त
for
अरूको
others.
प्रगतिको लागि
No matter what
no
others might
matter
like,
why
you
other matter would
simply
like
let
sing
go. Let there always be an unlimited attitude, always remain full and overflowing. Om
ओम
Shanti.
शान्ति
Welcome to Avyakti
अव्यक्ति
Parivar
परिवारमा
Majestic
स्वागत छ
Family,
हजुरलाई आज 21औं दिन हो
merciful and bestower. Always remain full and overflowing. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
अब हामीले माइनी दिदीबाट सुन्नेछौँ
Om Shanti,
ओम
everyone.
शान्ति सबैलाई
There is a saying that when
त्यहाँ एउटा भनाइ छ जब
idol is ready, then
मूर्ति
he is
मूर्ति
finishing
तयार
touch.
छन् अन्तिम फिनिसिङ
There
टच
is lot of in the beginning, lot of hammering to make a right kind of nose, not kind of face, and lips, everything right. So I feel when Baba
मैले
has
मलाई महसुस भयो
homework,
जब बाबाले हामीलाई होमवर्क
I
दिनुहुन्छ
feel more like
कि यो
the
धेरै
finishing touch
बाबाले
to
फिनिसिङ
the
टच
image
दिँदै
of
हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो
perfection.
इमेज अफ पर्फेक्सन हाम्रो सम्पूर्ण
So it's
अवस्थाको
like
लागि
a
अन्तिम
putting of
टचिङ
the
यो ह्यामरिङ जस्तो हो तर
whenever there is
जब
any
त्यहाँ
indication,
कुनै इन्डिकेसन
then we know what we have to do.
हुन्छ अनि उइनो
Baba had been
त्यसपछि
talking a lot about the
हामीले
bondages,
जानुपर्ने हुन्छ बाबाले धेरै बन्डेजहरूको बन्धनहरूको बारेमा कुरा
and I
गर्नुभयो
had been thinking that
मैले
most
सोचिरहेकी
of the
थिएँ कि
bondages,
अरू बन्डेज
it's
जस्तो
the
केही लाग्यो
soul
यो
does
त
through
आत्मा हो
some organs, some actions.
आत्माले अर्गानद्वारा केही एक्सन गरेको हुन्छ कार्य गरेको हुन्छ
So that has become the bondage.
त्यसकारण त्यो नै बन्डेज
Because
बनेको
our
छ होला
same body
सायद
consciousness
किन यो
and anything is done
देहभानको
in body
कुरा हो
consciousness is the
कुनै पनि
bondage.
कार्य हामीले बडी कन्सियसनेसबाट गऱ्यौँ भने बन्ड
And
हुन्छ
Baba keep talking lot about liberation and liberation.
बाबाले जति पनि लिबरेसन एन्ड
And
लाइफको
that
बारेमा
has
कुरा
been our
गर्नुभएको छ
experience of confluence.
त्यो पनि कन्फिडेन्स एजको
And one of the most influence of the bondage is our way of thinking that becomes like it's like we are thinking out of compulsion. There is some kind of pressure.
त्यहाँ कुनै प्रकारको प्रेसर त हुन्छ नै
So whatever situation,
त्यस कारण जुनसुकै
circumstances happen,
सिचुएसन सर्कमस्टान्सेस परिस्थिति पर्दछ
as Baba said, be
बाबाले भने
embodiment of
जस्तै
love.
दिने महिलालाई केही
So when you are embodiment of love, the
जब हामी
vibrations,
इमेरिमेन्ट अफ
the
लभ
way you
भन्छौँ
think, the way you speak, definitely will have influence.
र त्यसको धेरै प्रभाव त अवश्य पर्छ नै
Always remember every
सधैँ याद
day
राख्ने कि
when
हरेक
we
दिन
are on this journey, I have to become complete. I have to be perfect. And also bestower, right? Baba said.
र अर्को चाहिँ हामी विष्टुवर छौँ नि त
So erasing our bondage, getting free from bondage, especially which is very deep. I think deep silence is important. Sometimes when I think I have to be Lakshmi Narayan,
कहिले मैले सोच्दछु कि म लक्ष्मीनारायण हुनुपर्दछ, त्यसले मलाई इन्सपायर गर्दैन।
or sometimes you say, but it's so high destination. Will it happen or not? Don't think further. As soon as these thoughts come, just go in silence, be with Baba. Because when you think, then more you will find it difficult, more you will, thoughts will build
जति
up.
मैले सोच्दछु त्यति नै अप्ठ्यारो पर्दछ, त्यति नै शब्दहरू बढ्दै जान्छन्।
That it could
र
become
बाबाले
mountain
भन्नुहुन्छ
from the
कि
mall.
यो एकदम माउन्टेन बन्न सक्छ
And
एउटा
we have
मलबाट।
to make
हामी
ourselves into
चाहन्छौँ
ocean.
मार इन्टु ओसर बन्न चाहन्छौँ।
And this way, Baba is the one who will help me now. Baba is the one who will make me. Baba is the one who has told me, and we all are sincerely making effort.
र हामी
But
सबैले एकदम बुद्धिमत्तापूर्वक एफोर्ट गरिरहेका छौँ।
so this deep silence will recharge your intellect. And when you are recharged or totally charged, that could also means you are full. Your battery.
जब हामी हेर्दाखेरि पुरै चार्ज देखियो भने त्यो चाहिँ ब्याट्री
So
फुल
when you
छ
are
बुझिन्छ।
recharged and you are full, there will be brighter light, right? That means you can have more light, you can see it clearly. So we have to use many, many different yuktis or methods so that whatever Baba says, that Baba said, you promise, but the benefits should also be experienced. So externally, whatever we have to do, but internally, there shouldn't be any laboring. We are Baba's royal children, and our trust in Baba and surrender intellect, surrender to Baba. Yes, Baba will make it happen. I know every morning at 4 o'clock,
हरेक
beautiful
महिना
song
बिहान 6
comes up
बजे ब्युटिफुल सङ जान्छ।
that you come and do everything on your own. And I like that song very much because since morning, you have to surrender your intellect to Baba. You are the one, you make it happen. Our Dadi Prakashmani, when she was given this responsibility, every morning when she will wake up 3 o'clock, she will say to Baba, Baba, together, you and me, we will take care of this yajna. Because it was a big responsibility. And she said that she will remain light whole day, that I'm doing it in Baba's company. I'm doing it in Baba's company. And that time yajna was very small comparative to the yajna today, right? And in today also in Shantivan, when I go, everyone says it's Baba is getting it done. It's Baba who is getting it done. It's so much, so big. Whether day to day, taking care of everything. If the food has to be cooked for 5,000, even there are many, but it's a lot, right? Creating presence of Baba, company of Baba. This total trust is very important for one's own inner spiritual growth and also one's own personal lightness and also total trust. The trust also is a great power. But also if I have to remain full,
ट्रस्ट हुन्छ,
I have to
ट्रस्टमाथि
be
रेट
very
हुन्छ।
attentive.
जब म फुल हुन्छु भने म धेरै एटेन्टिभ हुनु जरुरी छ।
What is affecting me? What
के
is my
इफेक्टिभ,
influence?
कुन चाहिँ प्रभाव पर्नु पर्दछ त।
Sometimes it could be not
कहिलेकाहीँ यो आफ्नो
the
विचार
attention
अरूको
of
थर हुन
others
सक्छ,
also.
कहिलेकाहीँ
So what protect myself, how to make
र बाँकी
myself
रह्यो
full.
टुक्रा टुक्रा या त फुल मैले कसरी
So
यसलाई
when you
कम
are
खाने त
doing
जब
very
5
well,
वर्ष
people
रहे
will say, oh,
सोप र
doesn't
म
have
पनि
that
जान
many
चाहन्छु
steps. That's
त्यसमा धेरै
why he is
पोजिटिभ
going
छ
to.
थिएन त्यसकारण
So we
मनुष्यको
remain with Baba,
पास हुने
with
गएको
the
छ
energy of Baba. We remain protected from all these subtle
हामी सुरक्षित
influences
रहेका छौँ हामी यो
that
नराम्रो
come to
विचारहरूबाट
trip
यो
us up.
अझै नराम्रो हुनु पर्थ्यो
So to remain full, we have to just seal everything. Nothing, even the vibrations doesn't reach me. Only vibrations I have is Baba's virtues, Baba's company. These situations get created according to drama.
यो परिस्थितिहरू ड्रामा अनुसार नै क्रिएट भएका हुन् तर हाम्रो लागि एकदम कोड हुन जरुरी छ
Because we cannot be careless right now. It's not we should have tension, but just lovingly, very often call Baba. Very
यदि
often.
अप्ठ्यारो छ भने एकदमै बिचबिचमा बाबालाई आह्वान गरिरहने धेरै जसो दिनमा बाबाको कम्पनीमा रहने जति हामीले यो अभ्यास गर्दछौँ त्यति बाबाले हामीलाई टेक केयर गर्नुहुन्छ तर बाबाले विल बी डुइङ मोर एन्ड घरबाट छक्क परेछ
Children, I am with you. That Maha Mantra is very, very important for everyone. Because towards the journey, there is, Baba always used to say up and down.
बाबाले भन्नुहुन्छ जर्नीमा नजानु बाबाको ठाउँमा एउटा केबल हटाएको देखाएको छ त्यो कसरी गर्नुभयो
But we know one step of courage we take and Baba helps. He comes forward many, many steps. So to remain full, to be
एकदम हामी सन्तुष्ट रहिरहनको लागि
I just gave whatever
मैले
anyone needed.
सबैजनाको आवश्यकता अनुसारको मैले गाएको छु
And I think that's where a lot of blessings also come. So be complete on your journey and be full to be a bestower. Sampan on journey and full as being bestower. So I feel it's like Baba is just keep giving us such beautiful directions. So we will become, right? Baba will make us and we help each other, support each other, cooperate with each other. Om Shanti.
ओम शान्ति
Good evening, Didi.
Good evening.
गुड इभिनिङ दिदी गुड इभिनिङ
You mentioned one quality that
हजुरले भन्नुभयो कि एउटा
you mentioned it as a power, and that is trust.
पावर छ तर
And
मैले
would be something in a kind of a way that you would bestow. I'm remembering when Global Cooperation House was.
मलाई याद छ जब ग्लोबल कर्पोरेसन हाउस सिउँदै थियो त्यतिखेर वर्धनले त्यहाँ एक्सपिरियन्स सेयर गर्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो मलाई सोध्नुभयो तपाईँसँग दिल छ कि छैन कि मैले त्यो गर्न कारण के भने दाजु जानकीले मलाई यस्तो गर्नु भन्नुभयो कहाँ दाजु जानकी भन्नुहोस्
but they're not able to work with it. But I think the trust might be, even though it might be
trust me, trust for
and that I think that people can really sense that. So in today's environment of untruth and deception and everything, maybe tell me a little bit more about
दिदी हजुरले अलिकति यसको बारेमा भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ कि कसरी त्यसरी इमान्दारीपूर्वक हामीले अरू आत्माहरूप्रति विश्वास जगाउने ताकि उनीहरूले सेवामा सहभागी सक्नु।
Qualities within you, that means I have quality of trust, right? And then I trust, but then that trust won't be blind trust in the sense of sometimes you trust people
ब्लाइन्ड
and
ट्रस्ट हुनुपर्छ, किनभने कहिलेकाहीँ
right. So then
सधैँ हामीले
I should improve my trust,
आफूले आफ्नो
Therefore,
लुज
I
ट्रस्ट लुज
maintain
गर्नु
the
हुँदैन,
quality
ताकि
of
मैले
trust.
आफूले मेन्टेन
Also
गरिरहने,
with trust, but with
रिमार्क्स
trust
पनि
I
गर्ने
have to
कि
be
ट्रस्टहरू
careful,
भन्दा म
careful in the sense I'm not doubting, but I definitely, kind of observing.
मैले वास्तवमा बसेर एब्जर्भ गर्न चाहन्छु अरू के अरे
That soul has to operate in trust, right? So that even I'm trusting,
राइट। यदि मैले ट्रस्ट गरेँ भने
to come through the action.
ट्रस्ट पनि एक्सनबाट आउनु पर्यो नि त, अरू व्यक्तिको हो।
So then when you see that no,
जब हामीले त्यो व्यक्तिलाई
lack of
दिँदैछौँ तर लागिरहेको
honesty
निश्चय,
that soul is like trust could become that protection for that soul. So that soul could say, well, it's all
त्यसो
right.
भएदेखि दिदीसँग सोध्नुपर्छ, अनि दिदीले सोध्नुभयो,
Things which are not right. So then I still hold on to trust.
र मैले अझै पनि त्यो ट्रस्ट होल्ड अन गर्नको लागि खर्च
Trust
गरिरहेको
is
छु।
my strength. I
ट्रस्ट
cannot lose that strength by losing trust. But also, I'm interacting with others or I'm responsible for a trust. So I have to observe that is everything done in the trust that
चेक गर्नुपर्ने छ कि यदि हरेक कुरा एकताभित्र छन्,
all that has to be. So I have learned with the time to hold on to my quality of trust, but also make sure that there is no deception of any kind for anything. If we are not, then there could be big loss.
यदि त्यो सिस्टम त्यहाँ थिएन भने ठुलो लस हुन्थ्यो।
That I'm not sure if it came up, but that I sometimes see, like in terms of, how we were mentioning Baba's cleverness and how he gets you to do one thing, but in fact, there's something else within that. And so
यदि हामीले गर्दाखेरि त्यसभित्र केही नराम्रो भने के गर्ने, त्यस कारणले पुरै महिनामा हामीले पुरै बिस्टोवर दाता बरदाताको रूपमा बस्छौँ।
Be selfless, because it seems to me that sometimes you can look at the whole game in terms of the two opposites.
हामीले रुख हेरौँ अनि दिउँ के भन्छन् बिजुवा बोक्छ चौध सार्ने या
Selfless. And so that in the being selfless and being the bestower, then you're dealing with your own selfishness, and it may not be selfishness in that
योभन्दा धेरै र
or something, but that you're very self-focused. And so selflessness is a different kind of self-focus. So tell me something about selfishness and selflessness, and how that becomes also part of being the bestower.
Selflessness doesn't mean that you don't take care of yourself,
Right.
Because it is important to take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yes.
Because if you don't do it, then you cannot be bestower, right? So that means, let's say, some people.
मान्नु कि यो क्षेत्र कुनै यसमा बसेर कुरा गरिरहेका छन् भने त्यहाँ कुनै सब्जेक्ट आयो भयो।
Stay quiet and I'm in silence. Both ways, because I want to be, with that power, plus I don't want to create any subtle karmic bondage being in that communication. So somebody might say, oh, she's always with herself.
Yeah.
It shouldn't bother me, because that could also inspire them at some stage where they might start doing that too.
Right.
So it's not selfish, right?
No.
Selfish more is when you are thinking of yourself, not of others.
Yeah.
But when you are with others, but also thinking of your own self is important. It's very subtle. So I am not harming anyone.
मैले
but
कसैलाई हार्म गरिरहेको छैन, कसैलाई अर्जुन गरेको
I
छैन।
don't share, or I'm greedy. No. Selfless really is that I am able to take care of myself under all situations.
Mhm.
I cannot just say, oh, I lost myself because of influence, because of opinions of others. It's very important to remain self-focused, I think.
Right. And again, the more that you're truly self-focused, the more
यदि
there will
हामी
be
वास्तवमा
families
सोको
that
सेवामा
just automatically
छौँ भने हामी
share
अटोमेटिकली
what
सेल्फलेसनेस
they
भइहाल्छ नि।
from
जसरी हामी
quality that you
कुनै पनि कार्यमा अपरेटिङ
referring to of love.
It's like you are trying to help someone, but you have to be strong, right, to help someone. So if I'm not strong, then how can I help? And if
यदि हामी बलियो छैन भने मैले अरू कसरी हेर्न सक्छु र यदि मैले ध्यान दिनको लागि ध्यान दिइरहेका छौँ भने त्यसमा हामी बस्ने त्यसमा सेल्फलेस भयो।
to keep yourself okay, to
Yeah.
keep yourself strong,
Yeah.
I think very important, Like
Yeah.
Brahma Baba even was such a big family, but he took care of himself,
Yeah.
Even there were so many around, but his journey, his remembrance, his churning of knowledge, being with Baba, all that was very personal, no?
Yes. And yesterday, there was a couple of things from yesterday. I think it was the blessing, and he mentioned being a master bestower of self-respect. And the words that were used was give love, cooperation, and sympathy, which was a little bit different.
कुनै कुरा गर्दा अलिक फरक हुनेछ, तर एकपल्ट हिन्दीबाटमा भन्दाखेरि
seem to have so many meanings. And so what exactly did Baba mean by that? And being a bestower of self-respect, sympathy, love, cooperation.
Yeah. See, when you are giving love, you are helping soul to be in self-respect. Or even cooperation, when you're giving, it increases soul's self-respect. And if
and trust.
And if that is not being realized by that soul, or soul cannot appreciate it, you still have sympathy with that soul,
हाम्रो अझै पनि त्यो व्यक्तिप्रति भावना छ, किनकि त्यो बच्चालाई त्यो व्यक्तिलाई सेल्फ रेस्पेक्ट मिल्छ। त्यसकारण
You had said yesterday that you would speak a little bit more about this karmic connection in terms of action, thoughts, and the elements, and how the elements all have this aspect of truth in them, which was very interesting. And you said you would give us some examples.
All the elements has life, right?
Have what?
If it has life.
Okay.
Are living. If they were not, they will not sustain us. Like air. Air has power, right? Air for me then becomes my life for sustaining. Without breathing, without air, you cannot survive. So one of the main quality within the nature that is living.
Okay.
That is why if we sow a seed and how it is growing, because it's live, in the sense of it's anything you look in the elements. Actually, why people say that while watering the plant, do it with love, or talk to the plant. That means plant is responding, right?
Right.
It's responding, that means there is life. Many times, they say there was a time when people had their gardens, cut the vegetables when you have to cook because it has more energy. But if you cut it and put it these days, like we keep in the fridge, and sometimes we cut it and leave it, it loses some of its vitamins or whatever it is. So I think that the way I understand elements, I respect elements a lot. That means my thoughts, if they are pure, they're going in the air, right? They're spreading the vibrations. So the response which elements will give me will be always very supportive, very sustainable. And that is why there is one fear of God, but also there should be fear of your own action, because what you are giving to the elements, it will come back to you in some form or other. Whether it is hatred, whether it is sorrow, whether it is violence of any kind, all that will come back in some way. And that is why when the soul gets the body, all the elements in their proportion has a different, because every element in your body also has some kind of part in your life, that means it's very subtle, but one thing we have to respect the nature. Like you have flowers in your vase. If they are in the water, they stay fresh, right? So that means it's life, no? There is a life in that. Right. Otherwise, why will they take from water? So all elements support each other also. When I was young, my grandparents used to say, what earth requires is just your good actions. And that's what we were taught, that charity and good actions are very important, because that's what earth will. So whenever anything happened to the earth, you will be supported because you supported the earth. And that is why there are a lot of rituals people do, like watering the sun. No, sun doesn't take water, right? But because sun gives us life, since we wake up in the morning, it's like good morning is sunrise, and then there is sunset. So when it is sunset, then they do different rituals. We used to always give sacrifice in the fire. They will put some food or something, because element of heat has given us food. If there was no sunlight, there wouldn't be any grains or anything. So whatever they give, we used to offer to them. And people thought it's blind faith, but I didn't see it blind faith. But it's not necessary, I believe, that we should do the rituals. Even I enjoyed them. When we used to travel, and then we will carry with us, they will give us make some packets of mixed rice and sugar. And whenever there is a train is going, and we know is some kind of sound is going now on the top of the river, so we will throw that for fishes, so what I'm saying, all these things shows that we shouldn't think I'm living is my life, its life is with all these 5 elements also. So living with that respect, not destroying, over consuming, wasting, all that shouldn't be happening. So, but then this is where something which has life has certain basic qualities. First one is definitely love. Because love is in nature of every human being. If you don't get it, then to get it, you become more aggressive, but you're looking for love. So, like nature also has this calmness and peace in a very natural way. But also nature is bestower, right? It never stopped producing.
Yeah.
Once I went somewhere and they had lot of pumpkin, whatever. I said, how come they grow? They say it's our garbage. We throw the seeds and some or other they spread and they grow into all this. So the quality of bestower is there in the nature, right?
Yeah.
And for us not to have that is going against the nature. So it should be natural to be kind. It should be natural to be sharing with others. It should be, and it was human nature one time.
Yes.
But now we acquired our different kind of qualities. And that is why vices were never part of us. You know, it was virtues were always part of us as human being or any creation. So this love for elements, love for nature is good. Doesn't mean we becoming the bhagats of nature, but internally, when you are passing trees and in the morning, the oxygen which is produced and the beauty, you know, so many things we can take benefit and get sustained and inspired by the nature. If we really are in a good state of mind, we look at everything, and even appreciating nature is a good quality.
That's beautiful. And you can see on the one hand where there's a movement back to that again, back to that appreciation. And again, perhaps it's coming from a memory, and sometimes the feeling that, you know, at the beginning in the golden age, because what you're talking about, nature will be full as well as we're full. And so you can understand why this idea later on of, you know, God being omnipresent, because it's the purest, it's divine energy, and everything is filled with it, you know, from the human beings to matter and everything. That's beautiful.
As soul is going towards the eternal and original stage. So nature will also be doing that. No?
Yeah.
That's why Baba talks of Sato Pradhan nature.
Yeah. It's lovely.
Yeah. It will be beautiful.
Yeah. And so now I understand better, because I've seen them in India, you know, in the morning sometimes when I'm walking, and somebody will come with, as you say, rice or crumbs or whatever to feed the birds, or to throw in a little bit of water to feed the fish. And now it makes more sense. You can see that it's not just a ritual, like all the rituals came from something very pure and elevated, you know.
Because human being is like whatever is around you, everything should receive or get sustained. So instead of throwing the food, they think, why don't we just, you know, or they especially bring it, right?
I don't know that we have time for it now, but I wonder if there can be a connection made, and I'm not sure that there could, between action and which element is going to, you know, come back and make me aware of it. Just like they say, when you die, it'll be one of the elements in particular. Either there'll be heat in the body, there'll be fever, or you'll drown in your own, what do you call it? What would you call it? Not water, but secretions, or or air. You know, you just you can't get air. And so, is there a connection between particular actions and which element will confront us?
Yeah, there must be. I have to think about it, because to see that where the earth is, which organs are of the earth and which are of the sky, you know, like sound is of sky. Yeah, there are certain things, yes. We can some other time.
All right. The never-ending conversations. Thank you so much, Didi. All right. Om Shanti. October 22nd, Merciful Bestower. always remain full and overflowing. And whether someone asks for something or not, a bestower never waits for someone to ask for something. An unending great donor and bestower constantly gives. And so according to the time, increase the awareness of being a bestower at every moment. Feelings of being a bestower and of being loving should be visible in an emerged form for your own self-progress and also for others. And no matter what others are like, I simply have to give. Let there always be an unlimited attitude, always remain full and overflowing. Now be merciful and reveal your form of being a bestower. Om Shanti.
Merciful and bestower, always remain full and overflowing. Whether someone asks for something or not, a bestower never waits for someone to ask for something. An unending great donor and bestower constantly gives. So, according to the time, increase the awareness of being a bestower at every moment. Feelings of being a bestower and of being loving should be visible in an emerged form for your own self-progress and also for others. No matter what others are like, I simply have to give. Let there always be an unlimited attitude. Always remain full and overflowing. रहम दिल दातापन सदा संपन्न सदा भरपूर रहो। कोई मांगे या नहीं मांगे, दाता कभी यह नहीं देखता कि यह मांगे तो दे। अखुट महादानी महादाता स्वयं ही देता है। तो समय अनुसार हर समय दातापन की स्मृति को बढ़ाओ। स्वोन्नति के प्रति या सर्व के प्रति दातापन का भाव व स्नेह इमर्ज रूप में दिखाई दे। कोई कैसा भी हो, क्या भी हो, मुझे देना है। सदा बेहद की वृत्ति हो, सदा संपन्न सदा भरपूर रहो। ओम शांति।